Hello everybody, my name is PeachyBanjo8008 and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play, where I need to show you some developments that happened off camera in between episodes. So if we come down here and follow this path, they kind of both loop around and meet up at the same spot, so actually no, we'll go this way because it's more scenic and there is an additional thing on here that I built, which is not yet finished, but I started constructing it, and that is this building right here. Nothing too notable, I don't think. It's not really anything yet, I haven't decorated it. It's just meant to kind of resemble the big beige building, and I think it does that job. But through here is actually where I've been working, down this little path. So of course we have this building that we did however many episodes ago, the sheep farm. The whole bit, which has been around for quite some time already. And now we have this. And I figured, I've never actually mined a full chunk of land down to the ground, down to bedrock. And so I figured over here would be a good spot to do it, just because this is all 1.16 chunks anyway, so I don't have to contend with deep slate or anything. And so that's what we did. And while we were doing that, I came across this raw stone diamond ore, which you don't find very often anymore, and so I kind of wanted to mine that and see and think of some things we could do with it, because it's kind of a rare block. It's not super, I'm sure there's a lot of it around here just because this is all still 1.16 chunks, but there's something worthwhile in having this, I think. And then that got me to thinking about building a museum, because that's not really something I've done in Minecraft before, and it would just be like a little project I could use to show off some of the cool stuff that we have in this world. We don't have enough stone, that's fine. I'll come fix this later. And I think things like this diamond ore could probably go in that museum, and also we have a pretty extensive valuables selection over here at the starter base if we take a look. So maybe things like this netherite scrap that we're never going to get around to using, our chest plate that we wore for 8 billion years before we got an elytra. There's just a lot of random assorted stuff like that too. Mending book from the original mending villager. Rest in peace, I don't know. He is long gone by now, unfortunately. Just sort of little commemorative knickknacks like that. I wish I still had my first wooden pickaxe or something to show that off. This head, whatever it was originally meant to be, our data packs got kind of messed up a while ago, and so now most of the heads are just Steve heads. But yeah, any actual remaining mob heads could go in there. I wonder if, no we don't. If we still had the cake from when the candle duping thing was a thing, I would definitely put that in there. I don't know, just little things like that. We can decide what all needs to go in it later, but I figured what we could do today is actually build the structure that the things are going to go in, and then I can slowly just add things to that as time goes on. So I wanted to, let's grab some dirt. Shall we? Probably a little bit more than that. I just wanted to go over to the area that I'm thinking about building it and kind of marking it out. And it's actually going to be pretty detached from everything else in the world, because I want to build it at spawn, which is over here. Where is it at? There it is. Here's spawn. The dragon egg. See, this little spawn monument, I think, could be cool to put in there too. What? It is not used to me loading in these chunks. This little spawn monument, I think, could be at the center of the museum, because this pillar that the dragon egg is on is the exact center of the exact spawn point of the world. So I think building the museum around this structure and sort of revamping this structure probably could be kind of cool. And honestly, I just want this area to be a little bit nicer for when people download the world, or if I ever invited people onto here, I want them to spawn in not such a random place that's so far away. It's still going to be far, but at least it'll be a nice far place. So I think that is the plan for today. But before we can get to any of that, I obviously need to do a lot of clearing out of land. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll see you afterwards. Alright, so as you can probably tell, I've done some digging. I've cleared out some land. If we come up here and look at it from above, it looks like the most fake thing ever, really. This does not look like natural generation, and some of this still needs to be filled up, but I have it to the point where I have enough space to actually get the layout of the museum in, which was good. That's what I wanted to accomplish. Now, here, I'll kind of take you through a layout, through a little tour. So here's the entrance, right? Maybe we'll have exhibits on either side of this, I don't know. In here, this center pillar will be the dragon egg. We can decide what we want to do with that at a later time, later down the line. Through here on the right side. So over here on the northern side of the building, we've kind of got this little small room. I don't think there's going to be really much of an exhibit here, maybe one along this wall. But over here is really mainly where all the stuff's going to go down. So we have these little 2x2 spaces in the middle where we can display stuff. How wonderful. And then back here, I don't know what we're going to put back here. I would imagine like storage stuff. Valuables that we don't yet have a place for, and chests and barrels. I don't know. This will be kind of just like a storage area, I think. And then over on the northeast, never eat soggy, south, over here on the south end of the building, we have a few more exhibit rooms. So we have this area. I was thinking, well, obviously there's going to be a lot of windows in here, but I was thinking we could try to mimic one of those like TV screens that they often have in museums. I don't know, that could be a fun little challenge. Little exhibit room in here, and then another bigger exhibit room over here where we could put something big in the center here. And then of course we have this big center atrium area where we have the dragon egg. So, I think that this is good, and I also think that we probably need to get to work with actually building it. So now I have to actually like ponder about what types of block I want to use to build this place. I'm gonna try and get the foundation in real quick, and then I'll get back to you. Hopefully, I think hopefully that should be the case. I might get carried away and build more than I should, but my current plan is to just get the foundation in and then come right back to you. So let's do that. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, sorry. Gotta move my microphone. Look at this. Look at this wonderful beauty that I began. It's nothing much RN, but I can see it quickly turning into a successful building. Now, I haven't planned any of this out ahead of time. I don't. That's just not something I do. So I'm not 100% sure this is going to turn out looking spectacular, but I don't think it's going to turn out looking bad either, so that's good. One thing I am not sure how I'm going to tackle yet is the door, so I'm leaving it blank for now. I want to get in these super tall windows before I actually get started with the door, but I also have come to my senses and realized we are not going to get this all done in one episode. So I'm just going to do as much as I can today, and then however much that is how much is getting done in the video, which I know may be a slight disappointment, but you guys, I'm not one for tackling humongous projects in one episode. You know me. I like having my little collection of projects like little babies that I can keep under my wing. So this is not going to be finished today, but I can say that it will be at least 50% finished today. How about that? So let me get it to that 50% halfway mark or so. I'll come back to you once I've made what I feel like is decently substantial progress, which I don't know, maybe in like 20 minutes or maybe in like 4 hours. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, I'll see you at the end of this indeterminate amount of time. Progress update. It's a day or two later now, and this is what we are working with. Really, all we have left on this exterior is detail work and obviously the roof. But in terms of like actual structure, it's mostly all there, and I'm actually fairly happy with how this whole thing turned out. I think it looks nice, and I think it looks museumly. And in here, It does feel like it feels like a large enough building to suit our purposes, I think. Okay, so I know I said, maybe I didn't say, I don't know. It's been a hot second though, and this is what I've got right now. It's very early foundational stuff, of course, like I keep saying, but this is what we have to show for ourselves currently. And if I come and give you a tour of the inside, it is very much not finished like everything in this world, but we've made good progress on this for today, I think. And if we come and like do a little fly around, look at this. Ooh, look at this. It's so nice and fun and good. And yeah, I think it looks good, and I think once I get some more detail work stuff in, blah 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 blah, I can work on the interior, and we'll have a suitable museum for those regular diamond ore pretty soon here enough. But anyway, I believe that is probably enough for this episode. I've been working on it for a few weeks now at this point. Should probably get it out. I've been procrastinating recording and editing, and that is not something that's good to do especially when you have like a bunch of recordings that accumulate over time. That's not a good look. That's not a good record. So I think we're going to leave it here for today. And I'm also going to end off with a little bit of a channel update or two. So as you may or may not know, it is currently August, which means it is currently school starting season, which means school has started, which, yay! I know we all love that time of the year. But basically that means I have... What on earth? I had no idea any of this was back here. I haven't been behind this building in years, apparently. That's bizarre. Anyway, yeah, so school started, which means, of course, I will have a lot less time to record than I used to during the summertime, which it's always a bummer, but it always happens, and honestly, I've just learned to get used to it over the years. So, if uploads seem more infrequent, more sporadic, that's why. It's because school is happening, and I don't have the time for doing 8 million things at once and not sleeping. As much as I would like to sacrifice my need to sleep, I can't exactly do that. So, yeah, this is going to be the new status quo on the channel for a little while. I'm sure you guys are used to it by now. But that's really all I had to say for today. So, that is all, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye!